Hey, my legion, how y'all doing today? I'm back with another review of Silent Live. It's just dropped on NBC. Dan Levy from Schitt's Creek, which is kind of like for people who don't know what the show is. It ended. The 6 seasons ended. There was a behind the scenes show that's 45. I watched both on Netflix. I watched the whole 6 seasons finally, and they finished airing. And it was a great show. It's like a Canadian version of Newhart, except there's cursing in it, including F word. And then I think I was watching CW. I just flipped the channel, and then the CW actually was showing reruns of the show. I didn't know about that till a few months back. Well, anyways, Dan Levy hosted Saturday Night Live, and this is my TV show review of it. It just dropped on NBC. I know Timothy Lorden loves each one, so doing another one. I was able to do it. First of all, it starts with the opening sketch called the cold opening. And he talked about the Super Bowl show. They have like CBS Super Bowl, have all these different hosts, and they were doing like stuff about wings and stuff. And then they started to show like the Super Bowl ads. The Super Bowl ads were kind of silly. They weren't that funny, but there was a lot of them though. Like they were talking about vaccines, anti-vaxxers, and the anti-vax. They did the Budweiser frogs, and don't trust Pfizer. That was kind of funny. I mean, they really went to it, and they tried to be silly, not based in reality, to be silly. And this was probably one of the better cold opens I've seen before. I give a 7 out of 10. Next came the monologue with Dan Levy. And it was okay. I mean, he seemed very enthusiastic and very natural behind the camera. Because, like I said, whenever Show Schitt's Creek started, I didn't know that was. I just thought they were all different actors. I didn't know that was pretty much his family. I didn't know that was Dan Levy's son. I didn't know that one girl was the daughter or anything like that. But I mean, on the show, Silent Live, he seemed very natural. And then he was saying, like, well, we want to show all the precautions that are happening, taking safety precautions with all the stuff going on. And he left the stage and he went back. He went to the hallways and stuff like that because they've done that before. So you behind the scenes, and camera went along with them. And then towards the end, they have like this box in there, and his dad was there. It was his dad, Eugene Levy, the great one from SCTV, was there. That was a big surprise. That was cool. I liked that a lot. I give that a 6 out of 10. It wasn't bad. Next was the Universal tour, and it was like they're going place to place, and then Dan Levy was there, and he seemed very. He said he was hyped up on coffee. And then, something they show like an item from a movie and he says, show like a dirty anecdote or something like that. No, don't say stuff like that. Don't say stuff like that. And that's how the skit went. It was okay. It was a 5 out of 10. The weird thing about this episode of Silent Live was sometimes, ever since Pete Davidson broke up with Ariana Grande, you don't see him that much on the show. Last episode, he was on the show a lot. I mean, he was on the show a lot. Today, I didn't barely see him. I didn't see him at all. He wasn't on at all. Next was the Spice, the commercial for like, it's like I don't like you see commercial like sex hotlines and stuff like that. And there was one for this one website that showed like older people's houses and prices and stuff. It was lame. The only thing that was funny when they called the representative. I give that a 2.5 out of 10. Next was the Super Bowl party skit, and it was about like, yeah, we take precautions and stuff like that, and they didn't take precautions at all. For COVID, so they told these exaggerated stories and stuff, and then they started eating chili. Guy made chili, eat chili like with their hands and stuff. That reminded me of like they had the chili in the trough in the old classics SNL, eating out of the trough. It's sickening. But they did that. It was okay. I got a 4.5 out of 10. Next was BET Lift Our Voices thing. And BET's a black entertainment channel. And Kenan Thompson was talking about, he wanted to do something about like, not rivalries, but like people that were together that were both black and white and stuff like that. And basically, it's 3 couples. I mean, not couples, like one was like a teacher, one was a student, not like going out and like that. And it just showed like they're both Both people are different, and that's all that was. That was lame. That was a 2 out of 10. Nothing happened on that one. Next was Phoebe uh, Rivers, Phoebe Bridgers, and I never heard of her before at all. And it was a very because they've been having stuff on WatchMojo.com like stage presence that stage performances that probably ruined someone's career, and they had a lot of Saturday Night Live ones. I think this might be another one. Not really this part that much, but it was a very lifeless performance. The song was it was different, but it's very lifeless, and her voice seemed very drowned out. She wasn't singing loud enough. I gave it a 3 out of 10. Next was Weekend Update. Nothing really stood out in Weekend Update. Nothing was funny. I mean, it was like little jokes I thought were clever and stuff like that, but I didn't really laugh at all in this episode. I mean, the Weekend Update was really lame. I got a 3 out of 10. Oh, and the one weird thing about Saturday Night Live is they had a lot of, first time I seen, like last week, they had like a thing about Wayne's World leading up to a big Super Bowl commercial for Uber Eats or whatever it was. And then they started showing like a couple other like teaser commercials for commercials happening on Super Bowl, like Will Ferrell now, like Why He Hates Norman. They showed a couple of those. I've never seen teaser commercials for big commercials during the Super Bowl. That's different. I've never seen that before at all. Next is without Weekend Update of 3 out of 10. Next was football songs at the bar. And that was yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 10 because they remember the song. I mean, it was lame though. They just singing a song. It didn't really go anywhere. Everyone remembered like song a hot damn. It was dumb. Next was a wedding thing where like these two people getting married and they didn't like the one groom, and this one couple kept interrupting, but not to disrupt the marriage, and then all of a sudden they liked the groom at the end. And it was just weird. I didn't care for that at all. It was a 2 out of 10. Next was Phoebe Bridgers again. This is the one that might be cringy. I mean, she just started, she was like, and then at the end she started, this was kind of cool. She started like getting into it, moving around, and playing guitar and then screaming some. And then this is the cringy part. She was going to do like the old thing, smash guitar. She was going to smash over her, the amp or whatever it was. And you see the amp like sparks flying twice. She couldn't break the guitar. She tried like about 8, 9 times. So you let it go like this. They bring it, they go wham, and it breaks from the at least breaks apart one thing breaks a fret or breaks apart from the bass or whatever. The handle breaks apart from the bass. She couldn't break it all, and then she just threw it down. She walked over, she hugged this one girl. That might go down as a cringy moment for bad performances on Watch Mojo or one of these shows. It's possible. It's possible we might be talking about that as a cringy moment. And next one's like commercial for something called It Gets Better thing, and it's like, you hear travel a little bit. Boy, that carries a lot. That's the old computer. That's like 20, 30 feet away. That sound carries really good on that. It was okay. The only thing about me, it's like it gets better, so life's supposed to get better. Then it's like, well, I mean, I like to do better, but it ain't perfect or anything like that. The only thing that really saved it was Kate McKinnon, who wasn't on the show that much. Well, she was on kind of. And it was like her iguana story brought it to like a 3.5 out of 10. So once again, it was a very lame show. The one thing I'd say about Dan Levy is he didn't seem like a host. He seemed like a regular cast member. He really blended into the cast really well. He was right in that demographic for like, I mean, if he wasn't in the show Schitt's Creek or something, he could easily be a cast member, without a doubt. I give the show a 4.5 out of 10. It was really lame. The ending credits were like lame. Well, I mean, the ending credits were okay. I mean, you see Eugene Levy again, and that was it. So I hope you liked this video, everybody. Till next time, please take care, my legion. Dan Levy hosts SNL. Just dropped on NBC.